Stop getting denied. Look, there's three main reasons that when you apply for credit financing that you may actually get denied. And there's nothing more frustrating, right? You know you can grow your business faster if you just had the capital to do so. But when you try to go to lenders, they don't see your vision. They actually deny you for the financing, not even give you a fraction of what you're looking for. This happens in a lot of the cases when business owners apply, and it's actually 100% preventable. You just have to know these three steps. And by knowing these three steps, you're going to avoid the vast majority of denials, start getting approvals, actually get lenders to chase you instead of you chasing lenders. I want to dive into these three right now. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly what to do to stop denials and get optimal capital for your business. The highest approval amounts, the best terms. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So first of all, let's talk about why you're getting denied. It's very predictable. Look, there's 90% of bank applications are denied. So if you go to a big bank and you apply, 90% of those cases are denied. Fintech has a much lower denial rate, but still a large percentage of applicants that actually applying are denied. How do you prevent this? It's actually 100% completely preventable. There's three things that you need to know to be able to prevent denials. Number one, let's address why most applications are denied. What I mean is this one thing accounts for more than half of all loan denials. And the one thing is you don't look credible to lenders. Even worse, you look fraudulent to lenders. Look, a lot of the initial underwriting takes place by lenders' computers. And these computers are looking for things that you might not even think about that actually put you into a category of fraud. Fraud, scary word, right? But it's the number one problem lenders deal with is people applying for credit financing that aren't even real. Entities applying that aren't even real. It's all fake in an effort to be able to defraud the bank and be able to get money. It's the number one concern the bank has. So what they do is they look at your application and they match up your business online to make sure your business is legit. They look at Secretary of State. They look at website. Their crawlers go look at Yellow Pages and all these other places. And what they're looking for is very simple. Does what you put on the application match what they find in these searches? And the answer is in 90% of the cases, it doesn't match. It doesn't match. Here's why. Because you set up your entity, you set up your record at the Secretary of State, you changed your address, you changed your phone number, you changed things, and you never even once thought about going back and updating that information. I don't know about you, but more than once, I've went on to my Facebook account or my social media account, looked at the about description of my company. I'm like, wow, this is really outdated. I should have updated that by now. This happens all the time. And all these places online that list our business, when we change address, when we change phone number, when we change a website, when any of these changes take place, we're not going and updating all this information. So from a lender standpoint, they're trying to validate a business is real. All the information they find is similar to what they have on the application, but not exact. That throws up an alert, and that gets you denied because of potential fraud. It happens 9 out of 10 cases that we investigate on why business owners are getting denied. And as crazy it is, if we fix this one thing, it oftentimes turns around and gets that business owner approved. So what do you do here? In this one of three that you need to focus on, you need to make sure your business is set up credible. It should have a separate entity, a separate address for the business, a separate phone number. You should have a professional email address. You should have a professional website. You should have a business license. You should have a business bank account. The business should be able to stand on its own. Every piece of that puzzle should look credible. And most importantly, all of that information needs to be congruent everywhere it's listed. You need to get your business credit reports. Make sure it's all congruent. You need to make sure that you look at every record you can find online, your website, your social media pages, your Secretary of State, your IRS records. It all needs to match perfectly, even the information that's on your bank statement. Believe it or not, I've seen applications denied because the information that the bank statement was mailed to doesn't match the application. It all has to be consistent. And if you've done that, well, congratulations. Now you've set up your business where you're fundable almost. One more thing to focus on. What industry are you in? NAICS code, NAICS. It determines that the industry that you're in. You need to know what your NAICS code is. A lot of loans are denied because you're in a high-risk category, or your credit scores are low because they're comparing you to other people in your industry when they don't even know the industry that you're in because you're not even sure of the industry that you're in. What is your NAICS code? When I ask you that question, you say, here's my exact NAICS industry, and here's my exact number that indicates my code. If you don't know that, go figure it out. This is a large reason on why business owners get denied, and it's the final piece to this fundability puzzle, the number one reason that you're not actually going to get approved or get approved for the terms that you want to get. That brings me to number two. You have to actually come in and apply for the right kind of financing. Look, so many business owners are applying for the wrong kind of financing, and it's why they get denied. Let me break it down to you this way. Back in the day, like less than a decade ago, 90% of loans went through SBA. Nowadays, 90% of loans go through fintech or online lenders. These fintech or online lenders are only looking at one of three strengths for your business. So if you apply for a lender that's looking at one of the things that's not your strength, that's what's getting you denied. Now, these three strengths are cash flow, credit, and collateral. So what is your strength? Do you have cash flow, consistent cash flow for 6 months or more? Like, do you manage your bank account responsibly? You want to look at cash flow financing. Do you have good personal credit or good business credit? If you have good personal or business credit, you want to use good personal credit to go secure credit-based financing, or use business credit to get high-limit business credit cards. Is credit your strength? The third is collateral. Do you have some kind of asset that can be pledged as collateral? Stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, equipment, inventory, real estate, vehicles, even cryptocurrency can work. If you have that, you're going to get some of the lowest interest rate financing that exists. It doesn't even require a credit check. So what is your strength? You see the problem here. If you have damaged personal credit and you're trying to apply for a program that's based on your personal credit, you're going to get denied. Then you're going to think there's no way you can get approved, but you had all this revenue, and if you would have applied for a revenue lending loan, you would have got approved with no problem. You have to make sure you understand which of these strengths you have so you're applying for the right type of financing. And by the way, if you have none of the strengths, it's okay. Grants, crowdfunding, private equity, business credit, plenty of other options are available for you, but you need to know where your strength is and go with a lender that looks at that strength and ignores your weaknesses instead of applying for a lender that focuses on your weakness when you have other strengths that are being ignored. That is step 2. Step 3, build your freaking business credit. Yeah, I said freaking. You know I'm serious when I say freaking. Look, think about this. You're trying to get money for your business. Your business has no credit. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get denied. If you wouldn't try to get a mortgage, if you try to get a credit card, if you try to get a car loan without a personal credit established, what's going to happen? You're going to get denied. The same thing for your business. And look, I know this is a hard truth, and hopefully I'm not being like too aggressive and assertive by saying this, but it's a real thing. Like, if you're getting denied, what does your credit profile look like for your business? More than likely, it's non-existent. And that's because over 90% of credit you are issued doesn't report to a business credit reporting agency. So you have to intentionally go get credit that does and build a business credit profile and score. And once you do this, voila, you have a lot more approvals. Lenders start pursuing you. They give you pre-screened offers because you meet their criteria. They see your business has a history of paying its bills. They see other credit issuers and lenders are giving you money. You're paying that money back on time or early. And this history that you're building shows your business can stand on its own. This is what helps you get around personal guarantees. It's what helps you get around personal credit checks because your business can stand on its own, but it only happens if you build your business credit. You want to stop denials? Follow those 3 steps. Set up your business and make sure that it is set up fundable. Find the right kind of financing that looks at your strength and build your business credit. If you do those 3 things, then you're going to get optimal capital. And by optimal capital, I mean you're going to get a lot of approvals. Lenders are going to chase you. You're going to get longer terms, lower interest rates, which means you can borrow a lot more money and have lower payments, which is ultimately what you want. Because if you just had the money that you need, you and I both know you can grow an amazing business. So hopefully this helps you. If so, like and subscribe. And if you got value from this training, also make sure that you keep an eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.